It's your boy Sean G9 back again with another video. My first official stream on a new channel, bro. My first official stream on a new channel. SG9, man. Yeah, my last channel was cooked. I'm back again though. Let's see. Let's get it started, man. Let's get it started. If you want to join, I'm gonna be talking some One Piece chat, saying One Piece take, One Piece talk, man. Get my take on the hot takes. Let's see. Let's see. Enjoy. Let's see. Right there. Then I'm live stream on TikTok too. My first TikTok stream as well. Crazy. I never seen on TikTok before though. I never seen on TikTok before. Never did. Let's see. Do it show them on screen now? Wait, where's? Let's see. I think is it loaded? No. Crazy. Let's see. It don't show my screen though. What the heck? Oh, there you go. There you go. Show my screen. There we go. Yeah. Taking my One Piece takes, man. There you go. Then we join. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it.
Going through the community's mind as this flashback may
In the volume low.
turn how we view the series on its head. So, what's the best thing to do in the situation? Well, in my eyes, it's ask the community for their hottest takes to see where everybody's mind's at. So, strap in because I'm about to get real in depth with this video. But before I do jump into the video, if you guys do enjoy content like this, you know what to do. Hit that like button and subscribe, as I do post content like this regularly, and to be honest, it's a win-win. And to be honest, how in depthly I want to go in on that take.
Alright.
And yes, I will be choosing at random. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base.
Also, one thing to add, if you guys do want to obviously get in these types of videos, is I will be doing these monthly, maybe even bi-weekly, or whenever Oda goes on break, I don't know. Whenever that happens, just know that I posted this in my community. But anyway, the first hot take is from Ben Zolis. Please says that properly. If I didn't and I butchered it, then my bad. But the take is, the story needed actual bounty hunters turning in pirates.
The story don't need actual bounty hunters to turn pirates. It is Zoro was an anomaly. He was the anomaly who was hunting pirates and then became one. And even as a pirate, he still had that nickname of Pirate Hunter. Pirate Hunter Zoro, the first mate to Straw Hat Luffy. You know what I mean? Not every bounty hunter should have been like turned a pirate. Like, that would have been lame. There would be no point of that. Just keep them as bounty hunters. That's not even a hot take for real. Ain't even a hot take. Even story wise, Story wise, we didn't need no bounty hunters to like so many bounty hunters to turn pirate.
Now, I actually do agree with this. I feel like this isn't really a hot take, as I do hear a lot of people do say this, but if it actually is a hot take and not a lot of people do believe this, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is probably one of the better things that the community has spoken up about over the years. I think this is probably like top 3 things that we probably do need inside the story. I personally do believe that I would like if you had a random pirate straight up to Luffy and the crew, even if it was like a chapter thing, and you had the Straw Hats just dealing with them, just showcasing their strength, letting people know that they're not a crew to mess with. That would be nice. Or let's say for instance we got like a little side part of a chapter or something, and you have actual pirates coming to take down other really popular crews. I don't know why that's not a thing. I feel like Oda introduced it, thought it was cool, but didn't know where to actually expand upon it. That's what I believe. I think if they showed Zoro doing it in some capacity and Oda then expanded upon it, that would have been better, but I don't think we actually ever saw Zoro doing that, which is pretty insane.
And mind you, the other bounty hunters in One Piece are not important to the story at all. Like we saw a bounty hunter in Dressrosa come in contact with Luffy, trying to fight Luffy and stuff, but it was nothing crazy. It wasn't important at all to the story. You know what I'm saying? Story wise, we don't need no more bounty hunters in the story. Really don't.
On a scale of 1 to 10, where I'd rate this hot take, I mean, as a hot take itself, it's a great take, but as a hot take, I'm gonna rate it like a 2.5 out of 10, mainly because I see a lot of people do like say this point, regurgitate a lot. The take isn't bad. I love the take actually, but as a hot take, I wouldn't say it's a hot take. But the next take we're going to take a look at is from King Bear PvP, and that is the East Blue is the most important saga in One Piece. Now, what do you mean by that? Now, the reason I say what do you mean?
The most important? I wouldn't really say that. I wouldn't really say that. The most important, like story-wise to the story, it's a lot of arcs that's really important to the story. Like for instance, Ace dying in Marineford arc was a big, like a big major story plot right there. There's a big story part right there. That's a big situation that was important to the story because it caused the main character and Luffy to become stronger, to give time to actually train so he can have the power to protect his crew and protect his close ones, his close friends and family. So it's like Marineford was an important arc. You got Scott Kia, you got Wano, you got Egghead, bro. There's a lot of important arcs, bro. I want to say East Blue is the most important.
What I mean by that is because technically speaking, yes, it is, because that's when you meet the original 5, and without the original, like I feel like a lot of the themes that are brought in there are built upon as the story goes on, and you would miss a lot of details with the original 5 if you did not. But in the context of One Piece right now, what would you say is the most important saga? Because people call sagas a lot of different things, from what I can tell. Like, are we gonna call Water 7 and Annie's Lobby the Annie's Lobby saga or something like that? Or the CP9 saga, or the Robin Rescue saga? What would we call a saga? Because a lot of people can say that Gyre and Skypiea is the most important saga. I mean, I'm saying right now the most important saga in One Piece could be the final saga.
Yeah,
because we're finding out everything.
Obviously, that's right there is the automatic, yeah. The final saga, it all wraps up the story. It wraps up the journey of the main character of Luffy. Being a pirate king, achieving his dreams. You know what I mean? So you're going to be technical, the most important saga really haven't came out yet.
So I mean, and I think Oda himself did say that you could skip all of One Piece and just start the final saga, and you can just understand the whole entire story. So you could say that the final saga is the most important saga, but the East Blue, I do see an argument for it, because if you don't watch it or read it, you won't understand a lot of the things about the characters, and you will mischaracterize a lot of the characters. So yeah, I think that could be a hot take. I think I'm trying to like piece it together, because I feel like a lot of people would agree with that, but I do feel like a lot of people would make an argument for a lot of other popular sagas and sagas that are very, very strong, like Gyre and Skypiea, or even the Marineford saga that stretches from Sabaody, or no, Sabaody, I don't think Sabaody is involved. You could involve Sabaody, but Sabaody to Amazon Lily to Impel Down to the Marineford. Maybe that's just the most hype, but you could say that's the most important. No, to be honest, I don't think it could. No, because I listened to the post time skip.
Even they said pre-time skip, right? Pre-time skip, you got Skypiea, you got Water 7. Pre-time skip, I'll probably see Skypiea probably. No, I would go Marineford more than Skypiea. Pre-time skip. Post-time skip, I'll probably go Wano or AK. Or everybody.
Could look, every saga has a like the
This game, you're not.
Yonko saga. That's a long saga as well. That covers a lot of arcs. Hey man, that's you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna rate that hot take, like on a hot take level, 7 out of 10. I don't know.
I'll get that. I was saying, I get it about 5, 6. 5, 6 as a hot take.
Next we have Polar Stone, and if you guys haven't, I think you guys should check out his channel, as his channel is pretty cool. But his take is, give Law Future Sight, and unironically, he might enter the top 10. Knowing exactly where he needs to teleport, or knowing what his target will throw at him, is an insane resource for a strategic fighter like him. And
that would be very powerful, bro. Giving Law Future Sight, that would go crazy for sure. But top 10 though, top 10, like top, he's talking about top 10 currently. He wouldn't be, let's see. Because Law with Future Sight, I still don't have him beating Zoro. Because Cat has Future Sight as well. And I still see Zoro beating Cat. I'm be real with you. Zoro, he outscales Cat. So long before he would still be low key, he would still be watching one level, but it's on a higher level. Right? I don't know. I'll still have him under Zoro and Yamato. Yeah, because I mean, he could argue build with Ben Beckman. Because Ben Beckman had no support of his actual power. I want to say he'd be Admiral level because I can see him being Greenbull though for sure. Lawrence Future Sight, I can see him being Greenbull for sure. Greenbull, yeah, but the rest of the Admirals, no. Can he be Mihawk? Debatable. That's debatable, but. Law being a combat IQ guy, a strategist in combat, and using his Devil Fruit powers with it, it makes him a really good fighter when you look at it. His arsenal is pretty good. But I want to say top 10. Because automatically you have Emu, Fire Elder at 6. And then you got Luffy Shanks, 7. That's 8. And then you got people like Zoro, Yamato, the Admirals, all over him. So I want to say top 10.
I feel like if you gave Law Future Sight, would he be top 10?
No.
There is an argument for it. And he does actually explain that argument pretty well. Putting him in the top 10 is actually the more that I think about it, if you put Law in the top 10, could that work? See, this is where we now have to think about matchups against people like Garp or Sengoku or some of the admirals, or maybe even you could argue Luffy could be at the bottom of that top 10, and so he would then have to fight people like Luffy. And my main thing for Law isn't anything like AP wise or anything. I'm just worried about his stamina. Does he have enough stamina in the tank to bang with those top 10s? Now, I know saying that and then mentioning Luffy does sound pretty hypocritical, but, and this is a massive but, I think that Luffy has enough attack power to be there. I'm not saying that Law doesn't, but Luffy's is very, very potent, while Law's is strong. Don't get me wrong, Law does have great AP, but is it
Awaken to a world of wonder in Final Fantasy XIV Online.
to the level of Luffy's?
Law AP he has powerful AP, right? Powerful enough to damage top tier durability character in Big Mom. But I mean, it did damage Big Mom, so his AP is really powerful. I have an AP scale, and it's better than the kid AP for sure. But his AP doesn't scale to Luffy at all. Not even close. Luffy's hockey punches alone are more powerful than Law attacks.
I don't think so. And I do believe that Luffy's stamina may be a little bit better. So this is actually a really hot take, and I can see where you're coming from. I just think that if Law got a few more just like stamina feats as a whole, then I think you can actually make that a real argument. I just want to see where his stamina is at. That's just like I know we've seen his stamina, but I think that his stamina could be tweaked a little bit. Maybe I'm tripping.
Because I mean, his stamina. I mean, he did fight in a whole war. That's good stamina, but with Law abilities, it drains his stamina a lot. His stamina and energy a lot easily. Like just by teleporting alone, consume a good amount of stamina. That's why Law, he can't really, even though he can seem fast. His teleport can seem fast and really useful in combat, like a Minato type joint. But with Law, he can't constantly teleport. He can't spam it, constantly spamming. Like Minato in different verse, he can spam it because his abilities are different than Law's. Law getting teleport from double full power that drains his power whenever he constantly use it. You know what I mean? So that his stamina, and crazy thing about it, his stamina is way worse than Luffy's. When you actually think about it.
I am tripping, and Law does actually grant that, but I can see him hanging at like 12, because Future Sight for his Devil Fruit is extremely useful. This is a very hot take. I'm gonna give this hot take like an 8.5 out of 10. I can see where you're going with this. Moving on, our next.
The hot take, I'll probably say a good 8. Good 7. It's a pretty good take. But I want to say top 10. Now, top 20? For sure. Top 20, yeah. Not top 10.
Hot take is Shanks and Mihawk are stronger than Roger and Whitebeard.
No.
Why? Okay, now this I'm gonna rate this as hot take, like just instantly. This is a 10 out of 10 hot take in my opinion. I know a lot of the community does think this, but
No. Like people are still harping that, bro. The new gen, current gen haven't surpassed the old gen in prime. They haven't. Shanks and Mihawk not stronger than Roger and Whitebeard in their primes. They don't have the feed or the strong power or the statements to back it up. Mihawk title doesn't apply to all time, bro. That logic, bro, and Mihawk out of the four is the weakest. The weakest. Roger or Whitebeard were like legit mental high than Mihawk. And Shanks being stronger, yeah. He's not stronger than Roger or Whitebeard. Shanks is arguably really over Ray Lee in the primary league. That's still arguable. That's still debatable. He's for sure over Gabon at prime. I can say that. Shanks over prime Gabon. But Roger and Whitebeard, no. They haven't been surpassed yet by Shanks and Mihawk, bro. They haven't.
I don't get it. Me personally, I don't think that Shanks and Mihawk are stronger than Roger and Whitebeard, but I can see why you think, like, I can always get the people that think that the newer generation does surpass the older generation, but man, you had Whitebeard having the world's strongest man title in an era where you had Garp, Roger, but he is saying that Shanks and Mihawk are stronger than Roger, which doesn't mean that he's stronger than Garp, and he's also saying stronger than Whitebeard, so I can see where his head is at. I'm not gonna sit here and say that he's talking dookie or anything. I'm obviously gonna entertain this, but I mean, that's a very hot take. Would I think that? I mean, I've said it in multiple of my videos, especially recent videos. I think Shanks and Mihawk are below Whitebeard, stronger than Roger. You can put Mihawk above Roger if you wanted. You can put Shanks on the exact same level or even stronger than Roger. I wouldn't bat an eyelid, but Whitebeard, hey man.
What do you mean, Roger? What? What do you mean you can put Roger? You can put Shanks on Mihawk, Roger? Like, no, bro. Roger and Whitebeard are equal, bro. They're like legit equal. But it's about Roger's. I'll have Roger slightly higher than just by a little bit, slightly higher over Whitebeard. But that equals. How you gonna have Mihawk as Shanks over Roger, but not Whitebeard? They're really equal for real. That logic, bro. That logic is bad, bro. I swear, Roger, he stalemated Prime Beard for 3 days, and people love using. Oh, he didn't use a Quake Fruit, and that's really speculation. You can almost say he didn't use it at all, but it doesn't change the fact that he stalemated Prime Beard for 3 days and didn't lose.
Maybe that's just big dog to me. Maybe that's big homie to me, but I don't know. Oh, and that take was from Zame, by the way. Moving on, our next take is from Trop1Kill. And they say, people do not discuss the nuance of potential ability interactions enough when talking about versus battles. In the One Piece debate community, they more so just focus on the vibes of how strong a character is, and that is why you have people who think Zoro is over Law and Kid right now.
He is though. Why do One Piece fans not accept that yet? Zoro is still, he scales over Kid and Law. Like he just simply stronger than Kid and Law. Why is it that hard to understand? Like the feats is there, the showing the power, the abilities is all there. It's about potential ability interactions. And not about a vibe. Nobody talking about vibe when they talking about when they say Zoro is stronger than Law and Kid. Nobody talking about vibe. It's the power. The power Zoro has shown. The power Zoro has shown made him scale over Law and Kid. And the abilities as well. It's all a combination of abilities, the feats / showing the power, the statements, like all that combined. He's over both of them. Like I've broken down Kid. Like I made like a whole stream before. Like I've broken down Kid in 1v1 situations. I've broken it down, bro. And even though Law is more suited in 1v1 situation than Kid, way more. Law is not beating Zoro, bro. He isn't.
Okay.
Now that I use Monday service, AI makes solving tickets my form of meditation.
See, all right. Okay, right. Hold on. Let me. Because I agree with this.
What?
I'll give what I rate this take 10, but I do agree with this.
No, this take is not, bro. This take is a 1. This take is a 1. That's a hot take. That's a hot take for real. I'll give it like a 5. But that's really a hot take for real. When we actually look at it, Zoro scales over both of them. He does. Especially if you add narrative to it. Come on now.
And this is something that I do want to point out, and it does obviously tie back to this because what else are we talking about? Right, so a lot of people do misunderstand what character strength is versus what it would be like in a versus battle, and this is what the person is trying to get across. What he is trying to say is that he believes that Law and Kid overall are more complete package than Zoro, meaning that if Law and Kid were to get into a 1v1 fight with Zoro, they may not win, but Law and Kid are just overall more stronger, but that's just a bad matchup for them.
They not though. That's the thing. It's not. Like, I've been a person that I've been saying matches are a thing in fights, right? Matches are a thing, right? Kind of like how a good matchup, like a good matchup, but for instance, like Kuzan, a bad matchup for him is going to give people like a Kainu or Ace. You know what I mean? Bad matchups. Like, for instance, Luffy is Kizaru. That's a good matchup. Good matchup. You know what I mean? But I guess everybody yells never always be the same. So when you put up, you can't say Kid and Law scale is overall stronger than Zoro when they can't beat him in a 1v1. Like, you can't use that logic. You can't say somebody is overall stronger or scales higher when that person cannot beat the other person. You know how people have said that Robin scales way higher than Enel when she can't even beat him. And Enel is simply stronger. It's a bad matchup for Robin, and Enel is stronger. Now, Robin was a smoker. Robin's not being a smoker either. Like, even though, Robin, she could scale higher than Smoker because she had better feet, a little, kind of. But she is not beating even Smoker. Just saying.
I'm saying that's what he's exactly trying to, like, he's not saying that, oh, Zoro can beat Law and Kid in the fight, because I don't think that's what he's trying to say. I think he's just trying to say that people think that, obviously, because of vibes and just how strong a character looks, they are then stronger than other characters. Now, I'm also trying to build off of that because he does say at the beginning that people don't discuss the nuance of a personal ability or potential ability, and this is something I've been yelling for years. Why? Because I've been saying this for Boa Hancock for the past 5 years. Like, come on. Like, especially with what we're seeing in these recent chapters, I'm telling you, some of these characters are meant to be weirdly overpowered. Sugar, Boa, like, there are characters in One Piece that have one-shot clauses, but a lot of people...
No, but that's the thing. We actually break it down, though. Add the context to it. Sugar, right? Sugar has an OP ability. That's it. A one-shot ability. But it doesn't mean in a head-to-head one-on-one fight, she's not beating Smoker. She's not beating freaking X-Drake or freaking Anami in a head-to-head fight. That's the thing. That's the thing, bro. Sugar overall isn't OP or powerful. She has a one-tap / OP ability. That's it. Doesn't make her powerful, bro. Doesn't make her super powerful in combat. 1v1 fight. When we actually look at it, she can't even beat Nami. Because in one head-to-head fight, Nami can easily strike lightning down to her and beat her easily. You know what I mean? Now with Boa, she's actually strong in combat. She's actually strong in combat, know how to fight. Like she's powerful enough to where she can clash or try to get into a fight with a Yonko type joint. Like Blackbeard said it himself. If he was to let go of Boa would have easily beaten him and frozen to stone. Man, that's a whole Yonko. Somebody I scale to armor level. So she has the power to beat armor level characters easily with her powers. Right? So like, yeah, for Boa, yeah. And she's a bad matchup for a lot of characters, especially the ones who lust over women. Like Sanji, even that's a bad matchup. That's a good, really bad matchup for Sanji. Because Sanji, he lusts over women, right? And going against Boa, he would lose automatically. Even though Sanji scales higher than Boa, like in combat. Better feats, better shoulder power and everything. But match the right thing, so Boa will beat Sanji easily.
We don't want to focus on them because maybe they don't seem as powerful and the story doesn't portray them in that way. But when it comes down to these interactions, yes, certain devil fruits are just going to overpower many characters. That's just how the story is, and that's just how devil fruits were meant to work in the first place. That's why the whole of pre-time skip One Piece, well, not the whole, but the majority of it was about how does this devil fruit match up with the other one. That's where the whole creativity side of it comes from. That side has been put a little bit to the side, but not ditched completely. This is still One Piece. This isn't like One Piece 2.0 where it doesn't matter. It does. So why I'd rate this hot take from 1 to 10? I feel like, you know what, because a lot of the community don't actually understand that. They say they do, but they don't. I'm gonna rate this a 6.5 on the hot take scale. I feel like a lot of people do understand this, but you get into some of them debates, man, people don't understand it. Moving on though, we have a take from the Honored One, and they say Moria's laugh ain't as funny as some people make it out to be, and I quite like it. And maybe in the few, however, I shall kishishi till the cows come
Would you be happy if you stayed where you are in life and job forever? If the answer is yes, then this video is
home.
I mean, in One Piece, there's a lot of laughs in One Piece that can seem annoying or seem funny or odd. Like Kaido laugh, Dorian Bragi laugh, Big Mom laugh. Like, it's a lot of laughs that are, you could say it's odd or annoying. But I mean, that's One Piece for you. A lot of laughs are kind of unorthodox for real. So I wouldn't really go crazy over Moria laugh. Hey, bro, cause you have somebody like Big Mom who says "mama" in her laugh. Like what?
I haven't listened to Moria's laugh in years. I feel right. You know what? I'm gonna go listen to it now. Okay, his laugh is kind of funny. I do like it. You know what? Yeah, if that's a hot take, I haven't come across anybody saying that, but I can see why people just don't like Moria. So, what am I gonna rate this hot take? A 7? A 5? 5 to 7 out of 10. We're gonna meet in the middle of 6 out of 10 on the hot take scale. Next is Sake, and they also make pretty cool YouTube videos, so you guys go check them out. But their take is Kid is pretty clearly going to be a monster at some point in the series. He's been portrayed as the part of the, let's call it Big Three, alongside Luffy and Law for the upcoming generation, as far as captains go. So it's kind of weird seeing people say he won't come back or have insane showings later on down the line.
Bro, this is the thing. This is the thing. That's your own theory. That's your own theory. I can't just say that they're automatically gonna be like clearly gonna be back and be monsters at some point in the series. I'm not saying it's a 0% chance they come back, but it's a low percent chance that Kid and Law come back. Like, especially Kid. Like, bro, it's a low percent chance that they come back and do something crazy. Even if they come back, what would they do for them to go crazy for them to be monsters? Like, they can't just come back and be freaking Admiral level and like beat an Admiral or beat a powerful captain. Like, no. Like they don't even have the power to do something crazy like that or become monsters at some point in the series, bro. Like what? It would be a major plot advice to have them be training ever since they lost to a Yonko. You would need to have them train for months and months to be monsters, bro. Like what? And I want to say it clearly. That's just the person theory. So I mean, down the line in the series, like what importance does Law and Kid have in the story? Like, you can say the big three captain-wise in the World Generation, but it's like, bro, their ship got destroyed. The main ship got destroyed. It's like once a pirate ship is destroyed, the main ship destroyed. Like, bro, it's like your whole pirate journey is over. Like you're forced into retirement, bro.
Put some respect on his name. You know what? To me, I've already accepted that Kid may not come back. Kid may come back. Whether he comes back or not, I don't know. See, the thing is that I'm looking at the story right now, and I'm seeing the story as this grand thing that if Kid's not in it, that's fine. But if Kid's in it, that's fine. Like, him coming and then taking Loki on his crew would be cool. I'd love that. But what would he do past that?
Nah, Dolphy is the type of person he wouldn't follow the Kid. Because Dolphy can beat, I see. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying, but see, the way people probably get over to understand, like, even if he come back, he's never recruiting no actual legit strong character in his crew. That's the thing. You can't recruit people who's stronger than you, and you can't really go toe to toe with them for real. Like Dolphy can beat Kid, and he can beat Kid, bro, and personality would clash. Like Dolphy's type of person, he wouldn't be under nobody. You know what I mean? Probably work alongside each other, but not be under. Cause Kid, he's legit a boss of the crew. Most everybody call him boss. You know what I mean? Boss, that's captain. And Dolphy isn't doing that. He's not. Dolphy is better off joining the Holy Knights than Kid's crew if Dolphy was to ever come back. Now, a Kid, me personally, I don't think Kid is disrespected. I don't think he's disrespected to where he needs his respect. Because, bro, he got his own respect of being a Yonko commander, teaming up with Law to be a Yonko and Big Mom. You know what I mean? That's respect right there. But the fans put Kid in pedestals he's not. Yo, W new channel. Yeah, it was good, man. It was good. It was good, man. Well, I don't know. Well, I don't know. It was good, man. But yeah, man, that's what I was saying, bro. Kid, bro, he's not. I mean, I can see where disrespect comes from, but I'm gonna say it's valid because Kid is in those places or those tiers that a lot of fans put him at. It's that simple, bro. It's that simple. Like Kid, he's strong, but he's not in those high tiers.
Like, he could do a few things, be a cool little rival to Luffy, but I feel like the story, and especially if Oda was younger and One Piece was a little bit shorter, then yes, I do think Kid coming back would be perfect. But in the...
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
The way we're going, I feel like the story is leading us up to Emu or to Blackbeard and Kid. I mean, maybe he comes back in the epilogue. You know what? I don't know. Maybe it's because I've been so far removed from Kid. Law I can see coming back, and I do understand what you're saying where he is meant to be a part of this big three. But I mean, he could be the unlucky one out of the three of them. You never know though. I'm not gonna count Kid out, as I've said, but yeah.
And even crazy about it, even the worst generation, bro. I mean, Sanji, he never really looked at as a worst gen member. But bro, he's not even top 3. It's obviously Luffy, Zoro, and Law is over Kid. And if you want to add Blackbeard in the worst generation, bro, Luffy, Blackbeard, Zoro, Law is over Kid. And Sanji. Sanji over Kid, bro. Hey, come on now.
Yeah. Where I think this is on the hot take scale, to be honest, as a lot of people don't like Kid, I'm gonna put this at a 9. This may be surprising, but I think a lot of people just don't like Kid and just don't want him to come back. So I think this is a very very hot take. And so next up we have Moneymaker, and they say Blackbeard is a Yonko. Right, hold on. Blackbeard is a Yonko Commander level 1 threat right now. Let me explain. Blackbeard, Yonko with his crew, fought Law, Yonko Commander 1 level threat with his Sorry crew for 22 whole chapters, while Luffy fought Lucci, Yonko Commander 2 to 1 level threat without using any advanced Conqueror's Haki once for 1.5 chapters. Shanks one-shot Kid, Yonko Commander 1 level threat.
Y'all know me. Kid he's a YC 2 level threat, not YC 1.
The most Conqueror's Haki, and the same goes for Kaido when he first fought Luffy and Yonko Commander 2 level threat.
I know I'm pausing a lot, but Luffy entering Wano, was Luffy YC 2 level? Nah, I would have had Luffy, because even at that time, Luffy only had Future Sight, one form of advanced Haki. I think Luffy entering Wano, I wouldn't have him like YC 1 level. Not gonna lie, I'd probably have him YC 1 level. Because he had powerful base armament, had Future Sight, he had Gear 4. So like, I would have him like YC 1 level for sure. For sure. YC 2, it's not crazy to say YC 2, but I would have him YC 1 level, like entering Wano.
Okay. Law was cooking BB before once he used Black Vortex, the move that nullifies your power, your fruit powers. As Kaido says, Haki over Devil Fruit BB only has off-screen.
Did I read to the new chapter already? Yeah, I saw the new chapter already. It was a solid chapter. Like the One Piece chapter, one of those solid chapters that come out. You know, that was pretty solid. It was all right. It was a solid chapter. And nothing really crazy happened in that chapter either. Like, we've been getting banger after banger chapters of the past in the era of rocks. But this chapter, it was all right. And one good thing that came out of it was, bro, telling Harold to kill rocks to join the world government is crazy. That's something I would say that was crazy. Telling Harold to join the world government by killing rocks, that's a crazy task right there. Crazy.
Haki. See, I get it if he didn't scar Shanks. I get it if, you know, he didn't fight Garpus and Goku and Marineford. I get it if, you know, if you know, he commands a Yonko crew. I get it if he didn't defeat Marco and the rest of the, you know, White Big Pirates. I mean, I get it if he didn't bully Ace. I mean, I get it if his pops wasn't rocks. I feel like Oda throughout this flashback has been showing us rocks, so we weren't surprised about Blackbeard's strength when he does fully reveal it. I don't as a hot take, this is a 10 out of 10. Boy,
Oh, yeah, hot take a lot of times. That's a crazy hot take right there. Well, yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's crazy, especially now with Blackbeard having 2 devil fruit powers, making him a top tier. Me personally, obviously, Blackbeard is not a YC1 level. Me personally, I rank him by himself. So matches are a thing, and a lot of matches Blackbeard will be in. He would low key, I would say could, but he would be low key in trouble with a lot of matchups. Me personally, I scale Blackbeard to Admiral level. I don't scale him to Yonko level at all. I don't see Blackbeard beating no Yonko. No Yonko has ever been a Yonko outside of Buggy. None of them, bro. None of them. But I can see Blackbeard beating a couple Admirals, a few Admirals. You know what I mean? It's still debatable at that point. So Blackbeard, he's not a Washington 1 level threat. He's Admiral level threat. For sure. Top tier. He's a top tier. You can't. You're not a top tier if you're watching 1 level.
I don't think anybody here is gonna top that. Like, I'm being so serious, but whew, and you can't say that once he used Black Vortex, like he then won. Like, that's it, one of his abilities. That's like saying, oh, once Yuffie goes Gear 5, it's unfair, because like you can't really say that. You can't say that. You can't say that. Like, this is a 10 out of 10 hot take. Like, bro, you know, Blackbeard is wow. Okay, so moving on, we have another hot take, and this is from GBE. I hope I said that properly. But your take is Sanji is most likely to leave the Straw Hats for his own ambitions. Women. Well, no, because he already turned that down. But if you really want to go that far, I mean, look, listen, I can drop some spoilers right now, and this whole video will get blown. Hey, boy. Hey, look. We look back to last chapter. We saw Roger throwing away his own ambitions to, well, not really, well, kind of, but still. Roger was fiending. He was fiending.
Nah, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy, though. This take is a hot take for sure. Well, I mean, we seen it though. We seen it in the Whole Cake. He did it in Whole. I mean, well, it came to that. It was in the first objective that he left the crew for a pudding. He left the crew to save his father. So that don't really count for real. Not really. That don't really count. But would Sanji like officially leave the crew forever for a woman? I would say no, but he would for sure simp over that woman. For sure. But I want to say like officially leave the crew. No, I want to say that. Now, would he try to leave the crew like he did before? Yeah, he let the crew try to save his father on his own. He did do that, and he had to go through the whole process of about to marry a woman, trying to save his father and everything. So like, I would say no to the overall question though.
So I don't want to say too much, but what I'm saying is Sanji ain't as bad as you think. Is this a hot take? Yeah, because the story literally like disproves this. Actually, no, it's not a hot take, because in the community a lot of people do think this when alright, is this a hot take? Yes or no? No, not really. Actually, when you think about it, I'm gonna put this like a 4 out of 10, but it really should be a hot take. Depending on how long this next one or the one after that is, I may do a few more. Right, so the next hot take is from Boyo, and they say Enel is on par to being Yonko level because his devil fruit powers are the most destructive we have ever seen in One Piece. He also has great.
What? Yeah, I mean, me personally, even though I disagree with that part, I do mess with the Enel hype, the Enel boost, right? Because a lot of people love downplaying Enel's power. You know, saying he's fodder. Enel's fodder One Piece fans just throw around the word fodder so loosely. I mess with the Enel hype, but that's wrong though. That part is wrong. Enel is on par with being in Yonko level because double powers. No. Enel is Vice Admiral level. I want to say now, not Yonko. No, he's not even close to being Yonko. He's Vice Admiral level. And is his power? Is his AP destructive? Yeah, because we see him rain down lightning on a whole city. Back in Skypiea, we see him do that. So his AP is good, but I want to say Yonko level good because any Yonko outside of Buggy has way more powerful AP than Enel.
Observation Haki, and if he went down to earth, he could easily take down big shots in less than 2 minutes compared to Luffy, who takes hours to days.
He isn't though. And now it's not beating big shot. Like the power that Enel's shown is not enough to beat no big shot. You have to speculate and project that Enel was trending this whole time, like the whole 2 years and everything, and became like legit a top tier. But the power he's shown in the anime and manga, that's not even enough to beat Jinbei, bro. I'm be real with you. Like, that be Jinbei. I can see Jinbei beating Enel. I can only see that. I can see who's beating Enel. So like, he's not beating a Seraphim. He's not beating freaking. Like, how can he be the big shot when he can't even beat Sanji, who's Yonko member level? So you can't really see that. Like, bro, I don't see Enel beating Cracker. I don't see it being Cracker. I don't see it being Cat. This is not Enel downplay, but Enel, he isn't a top tier at all. He's a mid tier.
Using the argument of being beaten by a pre-time skip Luffy is stupid because he was fully immune. Imagine one guy have a hole punched through their chest by the strongest punch in the world, and you take that same punch and don't even have a scratch. Enel was never truly defeated on Skypiea and was only knocked out by Luffy before he continued to go to the Endless Earth. Even with Luffy being immune, he was still able to box him like crazy. Okay, cool. Right. Alright, the reason I'm saying he ain't Yonko levels because number one, he was taking licks and was getting damaged by a pre-time skip Luffy. Right, now what I mean by this is he was taking real damage and he was like, oh wait, I'm losing. Like, I know he couldn't hit him, but it's like you're still taking, like, if Luffy punched Shanks as many times, if Luffy hit the exact same amount of attacks that he hit on Enel on Shanks isn't going down. Shanks is gonna be like, okay, nice Luffy, felt much worse, but you gave it your all, Kaido.
That is true. I mean, that argument is valid though. Like, he factually lost to pre-time skip Luffy. He lost to pre-Gears Luffy at that. Pre-Gears. He didn't have Gear 2 yet. So, Jack Crocodile, like, he factually lost to pre-time skip Luffy. He did. And it's some people who also scale Crocodile, like Washi 1 level, saying he's so powerful currently. Like, bro, what? He lost to pre-time skip Luffy. Do you know how people boost up Mihawk? Bro, Mihawk couldn't even take down pre-time skip Luffy. Just saying. But back into Enel, like, you can't say he would beat the top tiers if he couldn't even beat pre-time skip Luffy. That's a valid argument to always say for Enel and Crocodile.
We know he ain't taking damage. Big Mom won't take damage. Blackbeard, you scream and shout a little bit. He ain't going down though. Whitebeard, old Whitebeard at that, he ain't going down. Like, every Yonko in this series is eating those punches. Now, taking damage from those attacks, yeah, I think they are very destructive. Like, Enel is probably one of the most destructive people inside of One Piece, just pure Devil Fruit wise, but
When I think about how I divide my time, it's very carefully. I'm Alex Diaz. I'm a professor.
I don't think he's taking them down in less than 2 minutes. I think he's getting taken down in less than 2 minutes. That's what I think. Now, what I will say is that if he did enter the story nowadays, I could actually see him at that level. Does that make sense with you guys? Like, I think
Now that power level he has, like his power is destructive. It's lightning, bro. It's lightning, and he can spam it like crazy. He can rain down lightning. It's for sure destructive, but that's pure Devil Fruit with no armor and hockey, anything behind it. But bro, low key, when you actually look at it, who AP is more destructive? Who AP is more destructive? And now Lightning AP or Kid AP? Yo, Sean G9, I found a new channel. Why is your PvP different? Yeah, it's a new channel. New like PFP and stuff. New channel, bro. Boy, nah, not really. Hey, nah, not really. For sure, remember him, man. For sure. What's good, man? What's good, Brody? What's good? Yeah, that's what I was saying, but like, we actually look at it. Who has more power, like the more destructive AP? And now with the lightning or Kid with the laser beam? That low-key debatable. All right, why? Me personally, I'd rather have Enel's power than his AP than Kid AP. I'm not gonna lie. Me personally.
you're talking about the Enel that appeared in the, like, I feel like if you're saying like Enel comes down to Earth again, like upgraded, then yeah, easily he has the potential. I even think he has Conqueror Saki to a certain degree, but if it's all about pre-time skipping though, nah. But if he was to come back down to Earth, I can see it, but no. So, but from what I can gauge from what you're saying, I think you're referring to pre-time skip. If that's the case, then I do believe that this is a 10 out of 10. No, this is like a 9.8. This is a hot take. I've seen a few people say that he could be Admiral level. I've seen a few people say that he is Admiral level before. So and you know how I think Admiral level and Yonko level is the same thing. So yeah, this is a hot take.
I mean, is that a hot take? Yeah, for sure. That's a super hot take. 10 out of 10 hot take. But that take is simply wrong. Simply wrong, bro. And now it's not Yonko level. But he's not flawed either. He's not flawed at all. He's not flawed.
Using a hot take for a little bit, so this will be our final hot take. The last hot take is from Cheesy B, and they said, I will die on the hill that Kuma's backstory ruins anything that was remotely interesting about his character.
What? That's a 10 to hot take. But how though? How does Kuma's backstory ruins anything he has even done? Or anything interesting about his character? How? Bro, a big part of having a character be interesting is how they came up, the backstory. Like, what? It's a big major part of making a character interesting. Just like Luffy, like Zoro, you know what I mean? Nami, Robin, Kuma, Bonnie. Like, what? Now, can you become interesting without like a good backstory? Yeah. Cause we have people like Kaido. His backstory wasn't all crazy, but Kaido overall is still an interesting character. Big Mom backstory was crazy. It was crazy. But how did bro? Kuma has one of the best backstories in the story. Like what? And mind you, in the anime, we finally have seen the whole backstory of Kuma. You know, Kuma passed with Bonnie and Genie and everything. We've seen that. But that's all interesting. We've seen how everything went. We get to see the whole thing animated. We see it in the manga, but we get to see in the anime. It was very interesting. So like that's a hot take, but it's also a bad take. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Any backstory makes you more interesting, especially a great or good backstory. Like legit. Any backstory is better than nothing. Like I said with Kaido, we didn't get a lot with Kaido backstory or his come up. Not a lot, like a Big Mom or a Loki or you know like a Blackbeard. Well, Blackbeard we didn't see a lot of his backstory, but Blackbeard is still an interesting character. We didn't see a lot of his backstory. We know he was the son of Rocks, and when he was a kid, he begged to join the Whitebeard Pirate, and that's it. But we didn't see Blackbeard backstory. And Blackbeard, he's one of the most interesting characters in the story. Legit. Like his backstory is way less than Kaido's backstory, and Blackbeard is more interesting character than Kaido for a lot of people. So like, this is crazy. That's a crazy take. I'm not gonna lie.
Whew, right. You know what? I'm gonna say this now. I didn't think this video would be this interesting. But this. You know what? I'm gonna give you guys a round of applause because I've heard takes that I think I hear. What? Kuma's backstory ruins anything. I feel like you should expand upon this.
Is she texting someone behind your back? A single Spokio search can help you find out who
very kerfuffled. I'm reading this back over. Wait, what? Oh, okay, right. Right. What was Kuma before his flashback? As a community, what did we think about him? Revolutionary.
Kuma had a great backstory. Do you think we would get the Admirals, Dragon, Shanks, Mihawk, Blackbeard backstories? The Admirals? I don't know about the Admirals. We may get a Kainu and Fuji backstory. Maybe a Kainu and Fuji. But I don't know about the other Admirals. Going up to the Admirals, maybe a Kainu and Fuji, maybe. Now Dragon, Shanks, and Blackbeard, for sure. I think we for sure get that back because they're really important characters in the story, like highly important. Especially when all three of them play a good connection to the main character in Luffy. Dragon being the father of the main character, Shanks is who's like the main inspiration to the main character of his journey. You know what I mean? Blackbeard, him being the son of Rocks. Like what? Yeah, for sure. I think when it comes to those two characters, for sure. Now Mihawk, I'm be real with you. If we would go a whole story, like it was the end of the story without no backstory for Mihawk, it wouldn't be really crazy like that. It wouldn't be crazy to not have a backstory for Mihawk. I mean, I'm not saying he's not an important character in the story, because he's an important character to Zoro, and Zoro is a right-hand man to the main character. So Mihawk is important in the story, but I want to say not a in-depth backstory. Even if we get a backstory for Mihawk, I don't think it will be in-depth, like a Kuma backstory or Luffy. Nah. Now Shanks for sure too. Shanks being on the come up of being a celestial dragon, being the son of a celestial dragon, bro. Being the son of an elder, that would be a crazy backstory. To see Shanks come up as a kid all the way to now, like what? Seeing Shanks go back to the Holy Land, that's just how Shamrock said in the manga. Like getting more clues and information about the tattoo Shanks had on his arm. Like what? That would go crazy for Shanks. I'm most hyped for the Void Century backstory. Ooh, that's a good one too. That's a good one too. The Void Century, that's a good backstory too. Like having the backstory of people of seeing Joy Boy, the come up of Joy Boy, Emu, the actual Sun God Nika, those backstories will do numbers. It will go crazy, bro. I would love those backstories. But currently, right now, the next backstory, or now we're in the backstory right now, because we be seeing the past of the Rock's era in the manga right now. And in the anime, we're seeing Egghead, so we just gotta wait for the backstories, bro. We gotta wait, man. And mind you, Egghead art, it would be a good art for Kizaru backstory, somewhat. A good Kizaru backstory, but we passed that. We passed that now, so it doesn't matter.
Pretty cool. I think I viewed him as very cool before that. He's extremely. He's way more cooler now. I can see where you think he gets a little bit more boring because you know everything about him, but isn't that the whole point? Like you know everything about Kuma, so you feel like he's like his character arc is done. Ruins anything that's even remote. Like I feel like you're. Can I see what I think? See, I'm somebody that can see all sides of situations, and I think. I mean,
Eve to me is basically freedom. It's a giant open universe.
I don't agree with it, not in the slightest, but I can see. What I'm going to assume is that you liked how he was very much like he'd appear in the story, do something that would dramatically change it, and then leave. Like with Zoro's moment, and then with him going to Sabaody. Then I think obviously later on with him then becoming a slave, that then asked like there was a few questions on there, but I feel like that's what you remember from Kuma, and that's what you found interesting about his character. You found him as this like guy.
Do you think that we'll get in that full God Valley flashback in his arc? I think so. I think the manga will build it up to God Valley. Because we seen how the rocks come up. We see him as a rookie and currently right now. We seen it come up of Rocks and the Rocks Pirates, how they was functioning and what they was doing in their pirate journey. So I think we're gonna get in the manga. I think sooner or later we're gonna get in the manga of Rocks and his crew coming onto God Valley Island and get active and actually see how everything went down. Cause I want to see Rocks fighting Roger. I want to see him fighting Garp. And I want to see all those battles that actually happened on God Valley. Seeing if Garland actually did something crazy in his prime. Seeing Roger, Garp active, Zebe, Kaido, Oda, the crew, Shiki. We can see more Shiki power. Because people love hyping up Shiki. And I think so. I think so. In the manga.
That changes One Piece. You know what? Fun facts. I don't think I've told anyone this. In the pre-time skip, I thought he was actually a plot device. I thought Kuma was a plot device. I thought Oda had him as a character to spice up the story. That's something I've never told anybody. But that's something that I did believe. In pre-time skip, he was and I can see how you would find that interesting. He shows up, does something very, very like, wow. who is this guy? He's apparently tied to Dragon. He's a 7th warlord. Like, there's so many different things you didn't know about him, but now you know everything. Now you know his story. You feel like that mysteriousness about his character's gone. Like,
I mean, I want to say that. I mean, my first impression of Kuma, when I saw Kuma pre-time skip, I think the first time I saw him was on Sabayoti. Yeah, I was on Sabayoti when he came to teleport the Straw Hat. I'm like, what? And then I found out back in the past, through the Bark, he came in contact with the Straw Hats. Me personally, I thought he was I was really an important character because when I found out that he was part of the Revolutionary Army, being one of the main commanders to Dragon, I already thought he was important for sure. And then we're gonna see more. Pre-time skip, he spent those 2 years protecting the Straw Hat ship. Him being captured by the Celestial Dragons. Oh my! I already knew he would be really important in the story at some point, really important. And we've seen it in Egghead. Like, bro, what? While still recovering, he legit teleported to the Holy Land to go save Bonnie, to get to Bonnie, bro. He came in contact with Akainu just to get to Bonnie, bro. It's crazy. This was sure an important character for sure.
Kuma went from being one of the most like cool, mysterious characters to being an emotionally cool character, if that makes sense. And I can understand why some people may find that like removing his interesting aspects, but I don't believe that. But yeah, that's a 10 out. That's 11. Wow, you topped that other take.
Yeah.
Bro,
this take is worse. Like I would say worse and more of a hot take than that Blackbeard take for sure.
Hey, you guys brought it today. I don't know how many. Like, wow. Damn. Okay. But nah, with that being said, that is the end of the video. I am still flabbergasted over our last take. Yeah.
Really?
Everybody in the comment section just like say what you want to say on that. Like, don't harass the person or anything. Please don't. But please, like, talk about all the takes in this video. All the takes in this video are great in some way. But that last take, I'm stunned. This has made me want. This is fun. If you guys want me to do more of these, just say. But yeah, I love making this video. But yeah, I shall see you guys in the next video. I love you all. Good. Bye.
Yeah, man, that's some crazy hot takes, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen a lot of good hot takes. Those were some crazy ones. Those were somewhat valid. Like, some of them was understandable. I see where they was coming from with some of them. But like, it's just wrong, bro. No matter how hot the take is, some of them were just simply wrong. And some of them was so bad, bro. Blackbeard watched you one level. Kuma backstory made him a worse character. Crazy word. Crazy word, bro. Still saying Kid and Laws over Zoro when they're not. I mean, it is what it is. People gonna believe what they believe in, bro. Yeah, man. Yeah, I was streaming on Discord too. Yeah, on Discord and YouTube and TikTok. Yeah, I don't follow my TikTok. I don't follow Discord. I'm gonna try to. I think every stream I'm trying to stream on like YouTube, TikTok, and Discord all at the same time. That's what I'm trying doing. Who do you think the Rocks Pirates trader is? The Rocks Pirate trader? Who betrayed the Rocks Pirates? Low key, story-wise, it would be crazy if it was Captain John. And some people that it would be crazy, it would probably be a Captain John, or I'll probably say Captain John, or Silver Axe. Some good people that some good contenders for it be a traitor to the Rocks Pirates. I would say Captain John, Silver Axe, or a buddy who looks like, I got a name. The guy who looks like that mud devil fruit user. Just like Caribou. That pirate on the Rocks Pirate that look like Caribou. He's a good contender to be a traitor to the Rocks Pirates. So do it there wouldn't be crazy though. Wouldn't be crazy at all. Betraying the Rocks Pirates. That's crazy. Betraying a crew like that though. To betray a crew like that, you would need more low key, you would need a lot of power to betray a crew like that. That was a crazy crew right there. Crazy crew. Crazy crew. Let's see. Oh yeah, Aura, he's live. He's live. Live on TikTok. His topic is Zero Slams Broly. A topic is Zero Slams Broly is crazy. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, TikTok. What the heck? Saying that Zoro solo, he slams Broly. Let's see. I think let me see. I think I could join it. Let me see. TikTok live. Hold on. TikTok. I think I'm signing already too. Yeah, I think I'm signing already. What's this? What's it? Faster than light or?
You're saying someone does it Goku. I'm saying basically what I'm saying is you have to quantify how much faster he can go. Is what I'm saying. Like you're saying he can get faster, but I need a quantification. I need a number.
So my question is, knowing how Broly's scaling work, and let's look at this fight realistically, because again, you might disagree with me through and through. What's stopping Broly from just blowing up the planet and killing Zoro, who we know, for instance, can't breathe out in space?
Okay, yeah. If I have my character faster, then he's gonna blitz your character before you can do that. So that's why I
can't fly.
What?
Wait, yeah, it doesn't matter. The fight's gonna take place on like a neutral ground. Like they're not gonna start off in the air. So
alrighty.
Yeah.
That's nice. So
that's why
the question is, what's giving Sora the advantage? That's what I'm asking you.
Wait, I'm asking you for speed because you didn't give like a speed scale for your like.
If I want to go with speed, I could go with, again, Supersonic was in early Z. Or early.
If we see him blitz.
Wait, he could blitz these characters, but I'm saying you would have to quantify because like a blitz is like at most, a blitz is like 5 times, correct me if I'm wrong, right, Aura?
Depends on what kind. The sources I've seen say 10 times, depending on how severe it is.
Okay, I could say 10 times. So you're saying he's blitzing characters who like, they're basically saying, yeah, you would have to quantify each blitz. Like, by I could give each blitz being at 10 times. Like, let's say if we start from Frieza, Goku being like speed of sound, and then Frieza's like way above like Goku at that point before he uses like Kaioken. That version of Frieza. So he would be like, you could say a blitz level above Frieza, and then you could say like, you would have to like give each, like you would have to go by each instance and prove that a character blitzed this character for like a 10 times multiplier for it to get, like to quantify the speed basically. You can't just say,
I got you.
Yeah, you can't just say, okay, this character is way faster than everybody else, so he's like quantify that.
All right, so let me explain. The point is, Namek Goku blitzes Is after he becomes Super Saiyan, blitzes Frieza to hell and back. We've all seen the fight, we see it happen. Right after, the only fight that we see in the main story that isn't him being blitzed, or isn't somebody being blitzed, because we saw Goku do it with Piccolo. Right after, the only fight that we see, bare minimum, Goku is planetary during that scene, because we hear in early Dragon Ball that Master Roshi can blow up the planet. In early Dragon Ball. And keep in mind, every character is told to be upscaled by almost 1,000% of their initial power to keep the series going.
Actually, you can upscale characters from other characters if it's actually valid. Like Broly, like, mind you, we seen Broly against Goku. We seen Broly against the Z Fighters. And Broly was solo in the Z Fighters. And this was the Z Fighters during, it was like, what was it? It was like Cell Soccer? I know most of them was Super Saiyan, because at that time, Trunks was Super Saiyan, the 50 Trunks was here. And Gohan, no, that was before Gohan had Super Saiyan. So it was like during the Android arc. The Android arc, and mind you, Android Arc Goku beat a planetary level character in Frieza back on Namek. So like, and Broly upscales from that because Broly legit destroyed the galaxy, and he was making Goku struggle in that fight.
In Broly, our characters, if I can explain it in a better possible light, in the second movie we see him take on a Gohan who is about give or take light speed after the fight with Cell, and that's me lowballing it because of his power potency juniors. And they can react.
Why is that light? Yeah, I'm saying why was he light speed? Because again, you said Namek Goku. Yeah, you said Namek Goku like before fighting Frieza was speed of sound. So let's just start from there and just use blitzes as a quantification of speed.
All right, cool. So if I'm gonna use, I guess,
and just use blitzes as a
I'm trying to think about a good way to word this. All right, I got it. So base Goku comes to Namek, just completely outdoes the entire Ginyu Force. Faster than them. They can't land a hit on the guy. The guy doesn't exist. Pretty much by all means, we know at that given point that Goku can outspeed, outpower, and everything the Ginyu Force, which is told to be the brand new threat, by all given means. Now we know, for instance, that Goku is pretty much mopping whoever's on the planet. Meaning, if we want to give him a base speed there, I'm going to go with Subsonic because, again, they cannot perceive where he is, how he's dodging, or anything else. There we go.
Actually, wait, how much is Sub actually? Yeah, I'll just say, actually, give me like 2.
These TikTok streams be...
David Harris, what's the word?
What the heck?
What can I play?
Apply cross verse.
Because he stated to be stronger than all humans, and there's
that restates the claim
inside of the DC universe. It's so circular.
Yeah, that's circular, man. Why is this apply cross verse? Once again.
Wait, hold up.
In it.
Yeah, I'll just say,
And then there's first form
I'll just say
Frieza
he's
had
the speed of, like, just
530,000.
to round it, just to make the math easier, I'll just say he's the speed of sound. So, like, as a base speed. So, yeah, go ahead and continue. Just to make it easier.
OG Dragon Ball Goku has FTL plus feats. Where? What are you talking about?
Oh, he just left. Oh, my God.
Praise the Lord.
Oh, my God. I should have just granted him light speed, honestly. Because this was like
quantification, though. That wasn't like real power scaling. That was like sitting at the lunch table with your friend and just arguing about which character wins.
Yeah, he kind of like hoed my.
The live ended? Yeah, their stream is low-key bugging though, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, their stream is low-key bugging. The TikTok live stream. Yeah, man, it's a good first stream on a new channel. Good first stream on a new channel. Pretty solid. Yeah, man. Subscribe to the new channel, man. Let's watch it. Like, subscribe, share, and follow other socials, man. Follow the TikTok, Discord, the new YouTube. Yeah, man. I'm Andy.